Yes, you have found the Floppernomicon. Look upon my object of power and learn its many secrets. Yes, this game, one of my favorites. Ooh. You know, I got my first kiss while playing this game.
Good evening. It is the third Friday of July, and that means it's time for ComedyFLOPs All You Can Eat Improv. Yes, it's our virtual show, and we are glad to be here, and we're glad to have you here as well. During the show, we're going to ask you for suggestions, and please, please, please put them in the chat on YouTube, and that will help us bring you into the games and make them a little more fun. If you've not seen us before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. And everything that we'll do for you tonight is going to be entirely made up. The only thing we know are the games that we'll play, and your suggestions will help us sort of on the spot develop the content, and that'll be a lot of fun. As you may know, each month we support a different nonprofit charitable organization in the Tompkins and Cortland areas, and this month we are proud to once again sponsor Loaves and Fishes of Tompkins County. They do a lot of work in
Loaves and Fishes.
Yeah, they do a lot of work in addressing food insecurity. And so you'll notice below us is a link where you can donate if you'd like to, and we hope you will. We have in the past raised several $100s for them, and we always like to do that and sort of help out their good work. All right, so without further ado, it's time for me to introduce you to tonight's cast. Let's start with our newer cast members. As you know, flops have flops names, right? I'm Creme, Fraiche, and you can see the other folks' names. But we have one flop yet who has not yet earned his name. He's new, he's funny, and maybe tonight will be his night. Let's welcome Brandon D.
Woo, Brandon.
Hey.
Another new flop who came in on Brandon's cohort, did get her name. Let's welcome Mrs. Meatwad.
Woo.
The wheels.
Woo!
That's right.
The wheels.
Daddy skill.
Yeah, an old flop's favorite. Been with the troupe a long time. You never know what's going to happen with this flop, and they got their name because of that. Let's welcome the Moonman.
Woo.
Okay, his pants are off. Good. Another flop who's been with us a while. The pride of Emerson College. Let's welcome Rations. And finally, another pillar of the flops, if you will, and the person that keeps all of this technical stuff going. Could not do it without him. Let's give a big hand for Rigamarole.
Woo.
All right, excellent. Good to have everybody here. How's everyone tonight? We doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good.
All right. let's bring the funny. So we're going to start tonight with a game
Wow.
called Categories. This is a kind of warm-up elimination game. And all that you have to do is put some suggestions in the chat of things we can name lots and lots of things in. We'll go around and do just that. And at some point, one of us will fail horribly, probably. It'll usually be me. We're going to repeat something someone else said. We will blank or just in general blow it. And at that point, we leave the game gently with the rest of the cast. And you, if you'd like to do it at home, yelling die. Let's just practice that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I messed up. Sorry,
All right.
guys.
That's okay. You can do this too, whatever works for you. All right, so we have some suggestions from folks. I've got to go with the first suggestion we have, which is ways to hide a body. And we're going to go with the same order that we did in warm-up. And so, Mrs. Meatwad, you are first up. Ways to hide a body.
Chop it up into little pieces and serve it in a prison.
Ooh, nuanced. And Riggy.
Buy a morgue, burn it in the cremator.
Okay. Traditional. Yeah. Not fancy, but very functional. I'm gonna go back to the 70s and remember Jaws and say, take it out on a boat and use it for chum.
Plasticize it and use it as a mannequin.
You simply put some glasses on it and you weekend it, Bernie's it. Why hide it
There
at
it is.
all?
Yeah, there you go.
You feed it to the pigs.
Yeah.
Everything but the
Yep.
belt buckle.
All right,
I'm
remember
going
to
to go
get
with
that
a
later.
classic wood chipper.
Sure.
Learn necromancy. Got yourself a helpful buddy.
Nice. The dark arts always there for us when we need them. Well, I live in a rural area, and so it's not well known, but a body makes a wonderful scarecrow, actually. Sort of a natural air burial.
Dissolve it in acid.
Sure.
I would say you just stuff it in a costume, whether it's like a log or a really big inflatable Jabba the Hutt. You just stuff it in there. People just think it's decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Bury it underneath an endangered plant so that if they want to dig up, then the city has to go through all the paperwork and it's a whole bureaucratic mess.
And they never like to do that, so yeah.
Put it in a rug and then donate the rug to Salvation Army.
That's a 2-for-1 donation.
This one might be obvious. People are already doing this one. Get a sign that represents something that your political opponent doesn't like and prop them up across the street from your political opponent's house holding a sign that they don't like.
Oh, I like that.
Boom.
I like that a lot. Working along those lines, kind of. Simply take them to a public park, lay them down on a bench as if they fell asleep and, they just peacefully passed away.
Drop them down an old well.
So 4th of July wasn't too long ago. You just strap them into a giant bottle rocket up in the air, boom, and just say, hey, it's raining red.
Hallelujah.
It's patriotic, Brandon. I like that.
Bake them into a thing of banana bread and it's cannibalism.
You can just stand near them and keep saying he's napping.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them very politely to walk themselves to the cemetery.
I got nothing. I'm gonna self-immolate here. Okay, that was some of the funniest 5 minutes I've had in a while. Kind of banana. Can't say it, but it killed me. All right. Leathertown Entertainment's in the house and has asked for the category to be songs that remind us of grandma. And I'm going to go with that. And so that is to the Moonman, songs that remind us of grandma. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
There it is.
Yeah, so the Beatles have a song, I Want You, She's So Heavy. I mean, I love me a heavy set grandma.
Yep, he does. If we know one thing about Brandon.
Yeah, I don't think I can go after that. I think that has to be what we end this category on.
Yeah.
I'll just
Are
go
you-
through
are
the
you
list of
doing
Beatles
that?
songs and pick
Out.
another one.
You're out. Okay.
Why don't we do it in the
All
road?
right. All right. So then, let's see. Let's go with types of gummy from Mrs. Gumby. Types of gummy to you like shapes of gummies. So let's go with to Mrs. Meatwad, I believe.
Show me bear.
Show me worm. Oh,
To the
I said
Moonman,
worm.
I believe.
To the Moonman.
Fish. Gummy fish.
I'm gonna go with the gums in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh, okay. I'll accept it for creativity.
Meatwad.
It's Meatwad.
Oh, the gears of an old clock.
Huh? Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Lifesavers. It's just they replaced the two. You know what I'm talking about? The Lifesaver gummies. Nobody likes them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Moonman.
Yeah.
Moon's you.
Yeah, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to say it, but they make gummy phalluses.
Ah, get him out of here. He's done. Get him out of here.
Yep.
Die.
They do.
It exists.
They do.
It
Yeah.
right there. Even
There's-
Jess says it exists.
There's a site called bagofdicks.com. It's true. Look it up. You can even get
Hey,
the
they're
link
to
not
that one all the
sponsoring
time.
us. Why do you
Yeah.
give them the free promotion?
because I'm giving them a little taste for free so that they will start to sponsor Comedy Flops, sponsored by bagofdicks.com.
Never
Right,
give a website named that a little taste, okay? Never.
Yeah, but
And
I don't know.
I am not affiliated with this product.
Exactly. Well, okay. Tonight's Loaves and Fishes, everybody. Think about
Like Loaves and Fishes.
Loaves and Fishes.
It's an improv show. Anything can happen.
I don't know about the rest of you, but like personally, I really love the gummy underwear. Like not even for my partner. It's like they're just really nutritious and delicious. I just wish they weren't so expensive because they're like $30 a pop, and like I just rip it and eat it. It's a really great on the go snack. I mean, if you ever get a chance, I recommend the cherry for obvious reasons. But yeah, go get yourself some edible gummy underwear. It's very filling, very delicious.
Get all your daily vitamins. That's good.
Absolutely, yeah.
So who's that bring us to? I think hand rations. I think you have to follow that. I believe.
Oh.
No, I'm already out.
Oh, you're already out.
It's
Okay,
me.
Mr. Meatwad, you have to follow that.
I'm gonna say, silicone. That's gummy.
Really a shape.
Silicone's not a shape.
Oh, it can be any shape. Just pick one.
Oh,
Actually, you're the one who's supposed to pick one.
yeah. You have to,
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
I'm gonna say die.
yeah.
Bye.
But let's see. So let's get a new category. Who's left? We've got Riggy and Moon and Brandon, right?
Yeah.
So let's go with hairstyles. Simple one. Hairstyles.
To me,
It's to Riggy. Yep.
the bob.
The mullet.
There's actually reverse mullets. Sometimes you want to have the long part up front, cover your eyes, but keep it normal in the back. Reverse mullet.
Business in the back.
Mullet.
Yeah.
The
Alliteration.
Rachel.
The Rachel. Oh,
The
God.
Rachel.
Mohawk.
You know, we got the Bob, we got the Rachel. You can't forget about the Joey. You put a bunch of food in your hair. Joey from Friends, he loves food. You just grease your hair up with like food grease. You got the Joey.
Okay. I'm gonna accept that.
I asked my my barber to take a little bit off, and he gave me the coconut head. So
Coconut.
You don't get to see it because I'm wearing the headphones. It grew in a little bit. I'm okay now,
Yeah.
but I had the coconut.
If you didn't have Rigamarole, coconut head might be a contender.
Sub name.
Yeah.
The faux hawk.
The faux hawk. Describe that if you could, please. What does that look like?
That's when you just style the hair up into a mohawk.
So you gel
but you're
it.
not shaving your head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Seahawk, not affiliated with the football team. The Seahawk is when you just dip your hair into the sea and you just let it dry out on its own. All the minerals from the salt water really brings out the shine in your hair.
It's a favorite of the castaways for sure. Yeah.
There's convertible chic, and if you have hair, what that looks like is you just take the top down, and you just stick your head out, and if you're bald, it's called a sunburn.
Fair enough. Yeah, that counts.
The beehive.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, you know the mohawk, but you got the mowed lawn where instead of having like the mohawk in the middle, you have bald in the middle, but the rest of your hair is still there. It looks like someone just mowed the lawn right across your middle of your head.
I've seen those. That's a thing.
See, now, if we're talking about lawn care hairstyles, there's also the weed whacker. And what that is that you shave all the rest of your hair except for one long ponytail in the back. So you can just go... Oh no, my coconut head! Don't look. Ow.
The bowl cut.
The Tupperware cut. Make it more rectangular.
Oh, we let him go?
I don't know what you think.
I think if you agree to get the Tupperware cut, you can keep playing. But if you're too coward to get a Tupperware cut yourself, then die.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a new look, but you know that's very fair. I mean, I got a very good look going on here, so I'm gonna toss out. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Toss it all out.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so that brings us just to Riggy and the Moonman for all the marbles, and let's go with
types of marbles, circular ones. I win, or spherical ones. I win.
Fruity things that aren't fruit.
It's you, Moonman.
Well, Brandon just got out, so it's you.
Oh, okay.
I
All
hope
right.
he wants this one.
No, that's fine. I don't mind. The loops, the Fruit Loops.
Okay, true. Not fruit.
The big fruit hat.
Generally wax. True.
Fruit.
There's a whole brand of underwear, and it turns out that it's not made out of fruit.
It's probably high fructose corn syrup.
They're not a sponsor, so I can't say Fruit of the Loom. Dang it.
Right.
There are actors that work in that commercial for that underwear. Those actors are not fruit.
True.
They're not?
Fruit. No, I know. You thought they were talking Fraiche. I know, it's disappointing to learn the truth.
My gosh. Any off-brand juice that you get in the store that's from a fruit, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not fruit. It's fruity, it's not fruit.
Yep.
Juicy fruit gum is fruity for a brief moment. It is not fruity.
I don't know. I think it's only fruity in the package.
That's the brief moment.
Yeah.
When I drink a ton of V8, my urine is fruity.
Okay. Well, gosh, that was more than I needed to know, but probably true.
And my kidneys don't thank me.
No, I'm sure they don't.
After fruit bats have eaten, their bodies are fairly fruity, but their bodies are not actually fruit.
True.
If I know one thing, the Flintstones have never lied to me. Those pebbles are fruity.
That's true. Moon, there's an obvious one coming off of your bats.
Oh, well, I was just gonna go. Me. I'm fruity sometimes,
Okay.
and not actually a
We
fruit.
all are out there. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I know what John was going for. He was going for fruity flies.
Yes, indeed.
Drosophila.
Yes.
They just gave you a hint.
Basis
but
of
handed it to
every
me, I guess.
biology 100 lab experiment.
The Banana Republic clothing store is not a fruit.
What about by the
Fruit.
foot? You ever think of how fruity that was? By the foot?
Well, my banana seat on my bike isn't a fruit.
That's true.
So was that weird banana hammock that Moonman keeps inviting me over to take a look at.
Well, the banana that's in that hammock is also not a fruit.
You're correct. I think that I'm out. I'm done. We're talking too much about Steve. We're talking too much about
That or
Steve's
I'm going to
anatomy.
declare 2 winners. The Moonman's our winner tonight, but Riggy gets a serious honorable mention for a fine effort. I could see you hitting your limit of, do I want to take this any further? And the answer was no. All right. Very
It's
cool.
important to have boundaries, Reggie.
No, it's improv.
I got him. Set him free.
All right, our next game is called Interrogation, and I'm sorry to have to bring this to you, but one of our flops did something very, very naughty, and that
Wasn't
flop.
Steve.
No, well, it was the 2 of you with that last exchange, but no, sadly, it was Brandon D. Yeah, we know what you did, and we're going to hear all about it in just a moment. So we need Brandon to take off his headphones. Yes, this game's called Interrogation. He will be our suspect, and he's done this terrible crime with a celebrity, and there's a ridiculous reason they've done it. And so continue to put your ideas in the chat, and we will come up with what that is. Yep, that was the crime. He did in fact cut all the jeans in the store into jorts. He made them jean shorts, jorts. That's what he did. But he did not do this alone. No, he had a celebrity accomplice. And who might that have been? Let's see what you come up with. Yep, that's the reason why he did it. He did it to become the new Mets mascot. That's true. That's true. And the Mets need all the help they can get. Oh my God, Mrs. Gumby, that is a great suggestion.
Oh boy.
I don't know. The question is, I don't know if he'll know who that is. That's a very old reference.
I don't know.
No,
He's around my age. I think he might get it.
You think? Okay. So what do you think, Lou Ferrigno or Elmer Fudd?
That's up to Jess. What do you think, Jess?
I think I'd go with Elmer Fudd.
Okay. So the crime is cut all the jeans in the store into jorts. His accomplice was Elmer Fudd, and they did it so they could become the new Mets mascots. All right. For this game, we need interrogators, and our interrogators will be Hand, Rations, and Rigamarole. The rest of us will go off screen and watch the madness.
Get him in here!
Oh, yeah.
Bring him in here!
Uh-huh, yep, he's in. Come on.
Yep.
Interrupting my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Couldn't even get into the station. We had to do this Zoom interrogation for you because this crime, it's just so out of season.
Yeah, well, I have no regrets whatsoever. This is what I'm known for. The bigger the crime, the more likely I'm willing to do it.
I wish we could draw on corduroy guys like you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm surprised that it was the regular police that brought you in and not the fashion police.
So we got some funny people here today. Hey, my style is just impeccable. I mean, you can't even compare my style to anybody else. Y'all's just jealous. That's what it is. Y'all just jealous.
Let me ask you something. Did you really mean it when you said I was funny?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think so many different things are funny. It's like my mind is so demented. You don't even know what's funny in my mind of mine.
You know, that gets me right in the pockets and zippers. Thank you. That just made my day.
But it seems you wanted your fashion sense to spread. Otherwise, why would you be attacking an innocent clothing store like this?
Because it's what I do, okay? If I see something that I like, I get it, I want it, I got it. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Let me ask you this, though. Where could you possibly source scissors that could get through so quick?
You know, it just takes years and years and years of practice. That's all there is to it.
Ah, that doesn't cut it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, well, it's not my problem that I like going into the JCPenney's and just giving all the little sweaters a snip.
Sweaters.
Not sweaters.
We don't care about sweaters.
I'm not gonna sweat this.
Oh, excuse me for confusing sweaters with, like, I don't know, some plaid or something like that. Sometimes the Canadians, they get a little too snazzy.
If you are trying to run us around, we're going to have to send you downtown for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd love to see you try. I'd love to see you try to bring me downtown. Because, you know, like I said, if I want to wear my track shorts wherever I go, I can. And make my butt look phenomenal.
This is America.
What you put on your own body is your business. This is more
agree.
about, actually, I'm getting another call. Like, could we cut this meeting short?
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I'll keep grilling you in the meantime.
In the meantime, I'm not gonna be mad about anything. So what if I like to get a little bit of a crop top going on and I cut off my current shirt? I don't see anything wrong about that fashion choice either.
Yeah, well, it's a problem when the material is a little bit something different. A Canadian tuxedo gentleman, maybe.
Well, I don't mind. I really don't mind. So I wear suits made out of penguin fur. That's just a big problem. I do that as well. You see, you should see my wardrobe. It's outrageous.
Yeah, that's a totally different crime entirely.
Ring.
Oh, my call's here, yes?
Yeah. Listen, you got to hurry this up. The mayor's office is calling, and they want you down there. Yeah, Mayor Levi Wrangler is asking for you to appear personally and talk about this.
Hey, if Levi's looking for them, tell him Daisy's taking care of it. Daisy and the Duke boys.
All right, I'll tell him, but I don't think he's going to be happy.
Now, just may I mention that when I'm also showing off my amazing abs with my crop top, sometimes I like to put on a little bit of a Daisy Duke. And really, like I said, I love showing off my butt and make my butt look phenomenal. So I like to wear some Daisy Dukes every now and then.
You can wear whatever.
What you put on your body is your business. This is about destroying other people's rights to cover up.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna wear Daisy Dukes, if I'm gonna wear jorts, no one else can wear jorts. I love my jean shorts, so I'm taking all the jeans and I'm just snipping it off, and then after I'm done turning the jeans into jean shorts, I steal them.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, yeah, that's right. I think that's enough of a confession to say that he cut all the jeans into jorts. All right.
Yeah, he confessed to an extra crime there, but really, we don't care about theft. Just cutting the jeans into jorts, that's enough to get you booked in here.
Look, we're friends.
And I have no regrets.
We're friends now, but I care a lot about what you said about the Penguins. But that problem isn't about the Penguins now. That'll come later. It's about who you did it with.
Mm-hmm. You had an accomplice.
Didn't you?
Of course I did. You think I act alone? Nah, that's to confuse the police. But it didn't confuse me this time.
Oh, you seem like you might be confused. And it seemed like he may have even been confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everyone knows in the streets of Gotham I like to work with the Riddler. He likes to quiz everybody around here.
Well, You seem to be confused about what season it is. Not just fashion seasons, but whether it's duck season or rabbit season. I think it's crime season.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that my best friend Elmer Fudd likes to go and just snap the George away with me.
Ding, ding, ding.
Great.
Knew it was him.
We nailed him. Good job. Didn't even have to do the impression. Skipped right by it. Good job, gang. But we know. We want you to tell us. We know. You might as well just spill. You spilled the other two. Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it?
Thought you could be a symbol. Thought you could be an icon.
Exactly. I wanted to go down in history. You know, nobody's going to be shooting down George Man Jimmy. You know, that's me. We used to be just Jimmy. Now I'm George Man Jimmy.
Doesn't have the same ring. Mr. George Man Jimmy. Doesn't have the same ring to me.
Yeah.
John. Well, what about John Jacob Georgenheimer Smith? That name is my name, too.
Mr. George.
You know what? I'll workshop it with Elmo.
Yeah. See, the name itself isn't the problem. It's how you're trying to be a symbol of something completely unrelated. Like, this is all a game for you, a sports game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm trying to be the MVP of crimes. You know, I want to be the most valuable prisoner now, but it used to be person.
Oh. Oh, you're going to be the most valuable prisoner. You're going to be the most valuable prisoner at Rikers. And you know where Rikers is?
Well, I'm not sure. I just think I'm going to get like that icon status. I'm going to be the champion. I'm going to be the winner.
Well, it's an island.
Yeah.
Ring, ring.
Oh, got another call.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing? The mayor is really, really concerned. The gala at the Met is tonight, and the mayor's hoping you'll be there.
Well, if the mayor wants us at the Met, then maybe he should, I don't know, wait until we're done grilling this guy.
You tell the mayor that if he wants us at the Met, he's got to come down here himself and get this guy to play ball.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell him.
You want to be up in the stands?
You know,
you want to be a stand-up guy, do you?
Of course, I want to be. Of course, I want to be a stand-up guy. You know, I love the Mets. I'm a little bit of a Yankees fan. Every once in a while, I root for the Orioles because I want to be the champion of the World Series. All right, I want to be the World Series champion.
At your age, you have to be at least 15 years older in order to be a World Series champion.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
You're not as much of a player. You're more of the entertainment.
Okay, so what? So I wanted to do the halftime show at the World Series. So what? I wanted to be a cheerleader. I wanted to give him an A. I want to give him an A. I want to give him an O.
You wanted to put the big head on and be the biggest head in the room.
Yeah, big head man.
Yeah, of course I wanted to be the big-headed man. I got the big brains, and I have the capability to be the mascot while I run around the Met Stadium.
We got him.
Ding, ding, ding.
And now, we got to make him a deal. You can go free if you promise to come to my stand-up show and laugh at every joke.
You know, consider me your stand-up guy. I'll go and support you. That's what I'm here for. You got it.
Yes! My mom's going to be happy someone else is in the audience.
Ding, ding, ding,
yeah,
ding.
Congratulations.
Good job. All right. Well, we're hoping everybody out there enjoys the movies, because we have a game for you called 5-Line Movie Genre Scene. So this is going to revolve around a movie that should never be made. And so put a title of a movie you hope no one would ever think to make, and we will do in 5 lines a quick scene from that movie. But then what we'll do is we'll repeat that in different movie genre styles, right? And so we'll see it in all sorts of different ways. So pop in the chat if you can some titles for movies that should never be made, and we will go from there.
Watch any movies lately, John?
I watched any movies lately? I have, and I can't remember what it was.
It was that good, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Oh, no. Okay. So one of the bands I really didn't like from the 80s was Wham. And there's a documentary on Wham, and I came out of the documentary like, oh, these are pretty cool guys. So,
I won't take any Wham slander in this house.
yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's well, I've come along and said, wow, pretty cool. All right, so we have a suggestion, and I like it. We're going to see a scene from that cult classic, Heavy Grandmas, and each flop will come in one line at a time and deliver a scene from Heavy Grandmas. And I'm going to go off camera.
We got the report, and I'm sorry to inform you that gravity has changed. Every woman who has given birth to a child, who has then given birth to a child, or has adopted a child who has then given birth to a child, or has adopted a child that has adopted a child, or just has a close friend that's younger than them who has a child or who has a close friend that's younger than them, all of them are being affected differently by gravity now. We can't explain it, but as the President of the United States, I'm fully capable of handling this situation. Why? Because I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids. I don't like them. So you can count on me to never get too heavy for this situation. So, I'm ready to field questions.
Look out! That grandma is made of pure uranium!
Oh no! Stay away from the reactor, Grandma! Can we get closer to her? Can we touch her?
I don't know, I think she's making cookies.
No! We can't eat those cookies! They're gonna be filled with gamma radiation. You can eat it. It's the cookie in the
My
pocket.
Werthers! They're in the sky.
It's okay.
I hope it's okay.
We'll get them back. We'll try.
Oh, I can see my grandson from here.
Oh, I'm afraid of heights. I'm really afraid of heights.
There's nothing left but that ribbon candy.
All I have to remember is just this Hard Werther's original.
That's the establishing scene. And
I forgot what game we were playing. I did.
yeah, and so typically we do one line at a time, but now we're going to recreate in different genres, and Ricky's going to have to remember everything.
Okay. Let me
gonna be kinda
correct
epic,
this. I
actually.
thought we were playing Pyramid.
Waiting for him to be done to jump in. And then I was like, oh, he's not going to be done.
No, I thought we were
And I
playing
remember
Pyramid.
what you were playing,
Oh well, let's
but
do
I
it.
didn't want to just
This
freeze
is-
there while he
This
kept
is why
talking.
it's improv.
Let's do it.
Ricky, I feel you. That happens to me all the time, as you well know. So that's okay. Let's see that as best you can do in another genre style. And the genre style that we'll go with, gosh, I don't know. I'm going to say rom-com. Let's see it as a rom-com.
I'm very sorry, everybody. Here we go. I'm here to inform you that you, a woman who has given birth to a child, who has a child, and also you who may have adopted that child, who adopted a child, or gave birth to that child, or you have a close friend who adopted a child, or just had another close friend, that you're the woman I love. And as the President of the United States, I'm prepared to make a commitment.
Watch out! That grandma is made of so much love.
Can we get closer to her?
My Werthers.
Why is that ribbon tied around Grandma's candy?
Oh, I had to remember her. It's just this heart-shaped, hard Werther's original.
Stay tuned for Elf after this.
Feel the love. I feel the love in the room. All right, let's see now as a horror film.
I'm here to inform you that there, out there, right now, is not only a woman who gave birth to a child who gave birth to a child, but a woman who gave birth to a child who adopted a child, and a woman who adopted a child who adopted a child, who also gave birth to a child, and they've all got the virus. It's a zombie virus, and as the President of the United States, I'm not getting bitten first.
Watch out! That grandma is made of society's ills, and she's coming right towards us.
My Werthers.
She's eating intestines like ribbon candy.
All that was left of her body was this hard Werther's original.
I can't retire.
And scene. So we have a unusual suggestion, and I'm going to accept this suggestion. We're going to see it as a foreign musical, and the style, we're going to say it's Swedish, and it's going to be the movie genre musical style. It's going to be yodeling.
You gave birth to a child who gave birth to a child, or you adopted a child, you gave birth to a child, or you adopted a child, you gave birth to a child, you're like, whoo, I'm the President of the United States. Ho, ho.
What? That grandma's show your health.
Talar inte kronafisk.
Ribbon candy.
We're all deported, all the have, and all they have is the world of the original. Aboard the board.
Scene. Okay, let's see that now as a documentary.
It was at this point the President of the United States realized that all the women who had given birth to children, or who had given birth to children, or had adopted a child who gave birth to a child, or adopted a child who adopted a child, or had a close friend who had a child, or had a close friend who had a close friend like a child, were all in the room with him at the same time. And he was not comfortable with that at all.
And with the discovery of uranium, only one question remained. Could it feel love?
And at that point, I said, I think, my Werthers.
The ribbon candy found on the dining room table was carbon dated at least 3 years older than she was.
Many scientists have tried to figure out this bizarre phenomenon known as the heavy grandmas. After seeing various trails of where was the original that they only left out, we believe the existence of aliens.
Hi, I'm John. I'm gonna say
I'm
it's a
John,
great
John.
job, everybody.
How to use a thing. All right. Finally, let's see this as a Western. Heavy Grandmas, the Western.
This town ain't big enough for you and me and that lady who had a child and who had a child and that lady who had a child who adopted a child, that lady who adopted a child who had a child, and that guy over there. So if we all just stand in a circle and shoot each other, one of us is bound to survive. Bang, bang.
Well, uranium out of your depth here, you heavy grandma.
My whiskey.
I hear you've been hanging around my heavy grandma, sampling her ribbon candy down at the brothel.
I reckon the only thing left I have of memory of me, Ma, is this suckaroony right here.
And scene. That's 5-line or many line movie genre scene.
I'm sorry about that, gang.
No. No
I
worries. No worries. It yielded comedic goals. The yodeling one killed me. That was really, really funny. That might be a clip that we'll use. All right. Well,
Women
it is
who
time.
gave birth to a child who gave birth to a child.
Yeah, it made me think of the Sound of Music a little bit. So our next game is called The Birds and the Bees, and in this game, we're all kids except for the Moonman. The Moonman is our parent, and the Moonman is going to teach us about the birds and the bees, but he's not going to do it too directly. He's going to use a metaphor based on kind of different types of human activity. And so the suggestion we're going to go with tonight is, let me see, find the chat. What have I done? There it is. The metaphor is going to be making puzzles. Making puzzles. He's going to explain to us how it's like making puzzles. And we'll undoubtedly, as curious kids, have questions for him.
Can make myself look really little.
Now, settle down, kids. Settle down. I know you saw what was on that DVD. I meant to take that out last night. I apologize. It'll just be your Disney stuff in there from now on. Yes, Jeremy.
I know you're going to tell us stuff, but I just have to know: are you a movie star?
Not a movie star per se. Let's just say I spent a lot of time in college working on puzzles.
Oh, okay.
I spent a lot of time fitting pieces together, making a nice picture out of it, and I just happened to save some to remember my time by. Did you have any questions about what you saw? Yes, Lizzie.
Yes, how is it a puzzle if it's on a DVD? Was it one of those like drag and drop things like at like Disney.com?
Well, there's there are a lot of different types of puzzles. And, you get your standard, very hands-on puzzle where you kind of go through the pieces one at a time. But you can get puzzles that are a little more interactive through the internet. Bobby.
Yes. I just want to know if I'm making a puzzle, like, sometimes I like to just solve a puzzle by myself. Do I have to have a partner involved?
No, you never have to have help when you're putting together a puzzle. In fact, sometimes it's nice to put a puzzle together at your own pace. Maybe you like to start now and then finish sometime later. Not everybody likes to, put together a whole puzzle all at once. Hold on, Lizzie. Esmeralda had a question.
They have puzzles at Barnes and Noble. Can we go and do them there?
It's very frowned upon to do puzzles in a store.
But I see old women do them all the time there.
And they should not be doing that in public. They should not be putting together puzzles in public. No one should, despite what you might read on the internet. Chris had a question.
Yeah, hey Dad. I'm just wondering, were you doing a jigsaw or a crossword, a jig or a crossword with your friend?
That was more of a jigsaw, because the pieces fit in nicely. There was only one option. There was no real trying to figure things out.
Was it a 3D one or a 2D one? We don't have a 3D one.
I mean, it's nice to keep it a little more simple, Keep it grounded. Okay, Lizzie, what do you have?
I don't think that we can do puzzles anymore because sometimes the pieces get lost under the couch.
Yeah, that's one of the problems of doing puzzles outside of the bedroom.
But the pieces can get lost under the bed.
As long as they're not lost out where other people can find them. All the pieces should stay somewhere private. Nobody wants to see your pieces. All right, Jeremy.
So, can I buy puzzles? Is there a puzzle store? I like puzzles.
It's very hard to find a puzzle store. But you can find some, we'll say, independent contractors who make puzzles with you.
They'll sell me a puzzle?
We have a puzzle club at school.
There should be no one selling puzzles at school. Yes,
what about Times Square in the 70s? I heard there was a lot of puzzles being sold then.
Oh, there were so many puzzles. You could get puzzles in any shape, size. I mean, whatever sort of picture you were looking for. It was an option. Bobby.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't even want to go out and get a puzzle. I hear that there's puzzle games online that you could just look at your phone. Is that okay?
It would be. I do have the blocker on your phone because you are a little young to be making puzzles online. Yeah, you're just going to have to use your imagination and make some puzzles yourself. Chris, you're hiding down there, but I see your finger.
Are there I got a bunch of puzzle books. Are there adult puzzle books that you learn how to do your puzzles from?
Oh yes, there are quite a few. In fact, you can pretty much pick the kind of puzzle you want to put together, and there's a magazine for it. It's a very a varied landscape.
What do you
yes,
do
Jeremy.
when? Oh, sorry.
Jeremy.
Yeah. You always say it's good to share. So, but what if I guess you and Mom must do puzzles, but what if you don't want to do a puzzle with Mom? Can you do a puzzle with Aunt Teresa?
Yes, that is possible. In fact, that's why your mom is not here now. She was a little upset that I wasn't doing a puzzle with her, and she is now with a friend.
Are they doing puzzles?
They might. They went to college together, and I always wondered if they had done puzzles in college. It has crossed my mind. Yes, Bobby.
Yeah, sometimes when I put puzzles together, I think that the other puzzle piece fits just right, but then who I'm doing the puzzle with said that it's like too small, and that just makes me feel inferior. Well, I think it fits perfectly.
I mean, you have to take everyone's view into account if you're sharing a puzzle. And if you want to do puzzles alone, what fits, fits. And you just stick it on in there, you enjoy it. Just make sure to tidy up when you're done. Chris.
I guess I'm just wondering, what do you do when the cat comes along and tries to knock all the pieces and takes, what do you do?
I heard some people use glue.
We do not use glue on the cat. You plan ahead. You pick your room. You make sure the cat's not in there. Close the door. Then you don't have to worry about the cat messing up your puzzle. And the cat will get in the way. Sometimes ruin the whole puzzle making experience. Yes, Lizzie.
Some people say you have to do the corners first with the puzzle, but what if one of the corner pieces is missing?
Well, you can still just kind of wing it, there's always something that people want done at the beginning, but sometimes you're in a hurry. Sometimes you just want a little quickie puzzle. That's why they have the small ones. Yes, Bobby.
Do I have to put the puzzle pieces in the box? Like, what if I want to put my puzzle in a different area?
You will have to, if you're alone, you can put it where you would like. But if you're making a puzzle with someone else, you're going to need consent. You're going to want to ask. Esmeralda, you have any thing? You've been quiet over there.
Gosh, no, I've just been, I do puzzles in my bed, and it's just like, it's too soft there. And the pieces, I just can't fit them together there. So can I just do it on the table?
We can get you a table for your room.
But the dining room table is so much bigger.
Yes, but we do not do puzzles on the dining room table. That's where we eat.
Well, what about on the couch? The couch is okay, right? It's pretty big.
Again, that's a space we all share. And you run the risk of losing a piece in the couch. And let me tell you, you do not want to lose a piece in there.
I heard in Times Square in the 70s, people were doing puzzles in the streets.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy there. In fact, you never know who you were going to end up with their hands in your puzzle. And you thought you were starting with one person making a puzzle, and then suddenly there were three of you. It got pretty crazy.
I mean, more people to help with the puzzle. That means the puzzle is going to get done quicker. That's a good thing.
Yeah, sharing, Dad.
You'd be surprised. I mean, you get too many hands in there, things just don't always work out.
So we can have a puzzle party with all our friends.
Yeah.
Not under my
Puzzle
roof.
party. Puzzle party.
All right. I think I think at this point I'm just gonna say you're all grounded for watching that DVD. Get to your rooms.
Oh. I'll have a party puzzle in my room by myself then.
Me too.
Dad's a real puzzle party pooper.
Yeah.
Puzzle party pooper.
Hey, Dad, I didn't watch the DVD. I was licking frogs in the backyard.
Well, I guess go back out in the yard.
Frog time, frog time, frog time.
And scene. Nice job, Moonman. Nice job, Moonman. So this next game is a somber occasion. It's a funeral. Yes, someone has passed away. And the person who passed away was our local TV host. Yes, our local TV host has passed away. But we, the Flops, will honor this person by eulogizing them. And so this game is called Funeral for. In this case, it's Funeral for a TV host. Well, I appreciate that you're all here. We're all feeling the loss of Milton. Milton's been part of our lives for, gosh, decades, broadcasting into our homes, providing those man on the street interviews, and his passing was sudden, and of course is reverberating through our community. It's great to see so many of you here today to honor Milton, and what I'd like to do now is sort of open things up for you to share your recollections of Milton, WVBA's longest running TV host. Yes, Harold, please, thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to the eulogy. I'm your host, Harold Kilmore, here to tell you the answers to some questions. We have two lovely contestants tonight. Why don't you come up, Denise and Charlotte? Woo! All right, Denise. Tonight, you and Charlotte. Charlotte, where are you?
I'm excited to be here. I miss him very much.
I'm sure you do. Oh, I've disappeared now. Great, Charlotte and Denise. Tonight you're playing for the rest of the will. Ooh, yes. And there's only 3 questions on this.
His estate.
Exactly. Are you ready?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I was born ready.
First question goes to you, Denise. How did he die?
That's a sensitive topic, but I'll try my best to get through it. So, his wife, Wilma, ran a prank shop, as I'm sure you know, and they just had got a shipment of prank gum. You know, the ones that shock you when you touch it. And Milton, he thought it was real gum, and he ate so many packs. And so I can't continue.
Judges, could we accept? Oh, I'm sorry. Ha! You were so close. That's all right. Charlotte, you got a chance to steal here. All you have to do is name how many rodents he leaves behind.
Let's see. There's the hamster named Jeffrey. There's the 2 rats that are in his walls. I'm gonna say 8.
Judges? Ooh, I'm sorry, it's 7. One of them's a marsupial. And with that, it defaults back to Charlotte. Congratulations, even though you didn't get any answers right, you've won the will. I've been Harold Kilmore, and this has been Eulogy. We'll see you next time, folks. And up next, a very special guest.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, Harry. And Denise, so sorry that you didn't win, but Charlotte, congratulations. I don't know how you feel about 7 rodents, but you'll adjust, I'm sure. But Milton, as we all know, had many admirers on WVBA, and we're going to hear from his biggest fan next. Please come and share your thoughts on Milton. Is Daryl there? Daryl, where are you?
Yes, I am here. Hi.
Thank
Yeah, I've been, such a long time fan, and when I heard the news, I I realized that what I was feeling was grief. But then I realized that that wasn't in the form of a question. So I had to ask myself, what is grief? And unfortunately, when I had this grief, it was like a double amount of it. It was a daily double. Every single day, that grief just doubled and doubled and doubled. And unfortunately, I just hit a whammy in this life we have. I can't imagine what it was like with him not being there. It's every day I would just see and present and give out so many smiles and laughter. Now I don't even know. Everything is going to be in the form of a question. What is grief? What do I do with my life? Where am I going on from here?
I can't believe you brought up game shows at a time like this. I just lost Eulogy. I'm distraught.
What are these emotions?
I don't know. Come here.
What is a hug? It's what I just gave you.
It's so important for a community to come together. So I encourage you, please, just be there for each other. Be there for each other. Yeah. We have one more speaker, and this is Milton's brother, Stilton. And Stilton, ironically, is also a TV host. So Stilton.
Weatherman, to be specific.
That's true. That's true. Yes, please. And again, sorry for your loss.
Well, for tonight, we have some moisture coming in here down cheeks, followed by a system of noses blowing from the west. And that's going to herald in a system of a nice rough patch as family comes in trying to get his belongings. That system's going to swirl around a bit, but it's going to be interrupted, broken up, when the wife finally meets the side piece. As soon as she shows up, that whole system's going to kind of push out. And then there'll be a bit of calm, but don't expect that to last for long, because at the will reading, it's going to come right back in again. You're going to expect the moisture, the blowing noses, and the crash of thunder on a regular basis. But the weekend is looking great.
Thank you, Stilton. And again, sorry for your loss. Well, clock on the wall is telling me that it is time to go on to our next funeral. There will be some refreshments in the rectory and a stack of signed photos that Milton never got to give out. And so I feel like he'd appreciate it if you took one and remembered him. Thanks. Hope you've enjoyed this funeral. We'll see you at the next one. All right. Let's get all the flops back on the screen. We're not going to do a halftime this evening, but I will use this moment to shamelessly plug Loaves and Fishes, July's charitable organization. The link to donate is below us, and we would appreciate it if you would make a small contribution. That's right, to help their efforts to keep people fed. That is a really basic human need, right? And let's see if we can make it a little bit better for some folks. All right. So we've got all the flops, but I don't see Rigamarole.
Yeah,
Rigamarole.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was still allowed to be a flop after my first performance, not remembering what game we're playing. So
no, you trust me. If that were the criteria, I would have been out after the first week of flopdom. So it's all good. It's all good.
John
So our
and I
next
start a
game,
new group, Comedy Forgets.
Riggy, I would like to tell you it gets better, my friend, but it will be memorable. So anyway,
not for us.
Our next game is called Sex with Me, and this is where we're going to make up a stock joke around everyday objects, and we'll tell you why sex with us is like that everyday object. And our first suggestion from our friend Connie is blender. Sex with me is like a blender. Let's find out why.
Sex with me is like a blender because if you don't put a cover on top of it, everything's just going to spill out and go everywhere.
Moonman.
Sex with me is like a blender. Needs a pulse.
Sex with me is like a blender. It just leaves me feeling confused and mixed up. Mrs. Meatwad.
I use it every morning in the kitchen.
Okay. Not having breakfast at your house. Rigamarole.
Sex with me is like a blender. You can look, but don't touch those blades.
Ricky again.
Sex with me is like a blender. Frappe.
Moon.
Sex with me is like a blender. Works best if you press all my buttons.
Sex with me is like a blender. Just one steady pulse. Brandon, and then Riggy.
Yeah, sex with me is like a blender. I don't tend to use my fingers inside of it.
And Riggy.
Do I have to follow? Okay. Sex
with
me
man.
is
you don't.
Sex with me is like a blender. Juicy.
Here you go. This is Meatwad.
All my partners give me the same grade, pure A.
Oh.
All right, let's go to the next one. Button. Sex with me is like a button. Why? Riggy.
Sex with me is like a button. You can find it under blender.
Moon.
Sex with me is like a button. It's best if you use all the holes.
Oh my. Riggy again.
Sex with me is like a blender. Cute as.
Did you mean a button?
What did I say? Blender?
I'm as cute as a blender.
Whatever. This ain't my night, gang. You know what? I'll just run the stream. You won't play the games. I'll be here. Goodbye. You know, I got it.
We love you, Riggy. We love you.
Cute as a The joke is they say, oh, that baby is cute as a button. No one has ever said you're cute as a blender, and audience, please know that I'm not usually like this, okay? I'm not usually like this. Other people are like this, but I'm not usually like this. Okay?
Fraiche is like this, but I'm not.
John is like this all the time, okay?
All the time.
Some days we just gotta be it, you know? Some days you gotta be it.
Time for the Riggy confessional.
This is what makes Improv great. So the object is still a button if anybody's got one. Moon.
Sex with me is like a button. If I'm missing it, I call my grandma.
Disturbing. All right. How about Riggy? Yeah, please.
Button with me is like a blender. Sex.
Yes, that's true. All right. How about baseball bat?
That's the third B. They're all B's.
Brandon.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. It's best enjoyed with me and the swingers.
Mrs. Meatwad.
You put your head on it and you spin around until you fall over.
Hand rations.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. If there are nails in it, it's gonna be painful.
No. Wow. Man.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. Gonna be smacking some balls.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. There's a reason Brandon's looking to be the new Mr. Met.
Okay. Oh, Moon, go ahead.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. Feel free to choke up.
Brandon.
Sex with me is like a baseball bat. Depending on how you use it, you can end up with 2 balls and a strike.
And that's sex with me. I'm gonna end on that one.
Playing.
Right.
Whatever he was playing.
That's okay. It's the unpredictability that adds the flavor to what we do. So we're gonna play a game now. What's that?
Just cute as a blender.
Cute as
a blender.
Riggy, that's your sub name. You know that, right?
Cute as a blender.
Rigamarole, cute as a blender. Okay, we're going to play a game now called Different Realities. And so this is going to be a game for Mrs. Meatwad and the Moonman. And what I need you to do in the chat is to put suggestions of different time periods or eras or places that someone might live in for this game. That's what I'm going to, or it could be locations too, actually. I'm getting a little too specific there. So just a type of reality that someone might have. And how, while you're doing that, I'll explain how the game works. They're going to do a 2-person scene for you, and each of them will be in a different reality than the other. And they won't know the other person's reality, but they'll have to still interact with them. And then at the end, we'll see if they figure it out. So let's see. Okay, thank you, Leathertown Entertainment, for that one. And yep, keep them coming, and then we'll secretly tell them what their reality is. Okay. Yeah. All right. I followed you, Mrs. Gumby. I feel like Mrs. Gumby has a good one in the hopper, but there we go. Okay. Good. All right, I think we have some realities to work with here. Moonman, I need you to turn your volume down for a moment.
I am muted.
Okay, the Moonman is muted. Mrs. Meatwad, your reality is you live in a giant bowl of Jell-O.
All right.
Okay, now I need you to mute yours.
I am unmuted.
Okay. Moonman, your reality is you are in the desert. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go off screen and let's see that scene.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Was that you? Or is that something out there?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes that noise every time I move.
As long as I'm not hallucinating.
Yeah. You know, with all everything kind of just like looks translucent to me. So like a translucent yellow, it looks like I'm hallucinating a lot.
Well, it is pretty yellow out here. Maybe more of a beige or something.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot of colors for me. There's different colors as you go up.
I mean, it's light brown, blue, bright yellow. Jeez.
Oh, that does not sound appetizing. Let me tell you that.
It's so hot.
Oh. I don't know how to react to that. I mean, it's cool in here. It used to be hot, but it cooled down. I mean, it's like the AC is going. It's like someone put me in the fridge.
Oh, that's not good. That's like heat stroke. You're, we got to get you some water. You're not going to make it at this rate.
Well, I mean, there's some water in here.
You have water and you're not sharing?
I mean, it's not really liquid anymore, but I mean, you're welcome to have some if you want. Here.
I'll take anything.
All right, go easy there.
Oh, do you have much more of that?
Yes, it's everywhere.
How are you finding it out here? It's nothing but sand.
I mean, for me, I don't know, maybe I have different eyes. I mean, this stuff is everywhere. It's like the ground, the animals, the plants.
Oh, great. I'm hallucinating you.
No, I'm real. No, hold on.
No. You've got to be a figment.
No, here, look, you feel that?
Well, yeah, but my brain's telling me.
Here, it's nice and squishy. It shouldn't hurt.
I'd like squishy. Some nice place to sleep and rest. It's so hot.
I mean, it's pretty soft. You can probably just lay down like anywhere. I mean, just like, rest your head, rest your eyes.
All right, I'll rest. Don't let me rest too long.
No, I won't. Just close your eyes. Even I'll shovel some on top of you. It'll be like you're in some sort of cocoon.
Oh, Cocoon.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
I do not know what you're talking about, but I'll take your word for it.
So much water in there. All you could drink.
Yeah. I'm getting a little sick. I was just kind of putting this stuff in my body all the time. I wish there was like a sandwich or something that I could maybe just I don't know. You shouldn't eat dessert first, right?
I mean, if we find a witch out here, it'll be a sand witch.
I get it. Wow. You really know how to put levity into tough situations. Into your tough situations. I'm chilling over here.
Yeah, it's almost like you're mocking me. You're just waiting for me to die, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really talkative, sorry. I just kind of like doing it by myself,
Well, it would have been nice if you had talked and told me to put more gas in the car. Then we wouldn't be stuck out here.
Well, I only run on that goopy delicious treat. That's my fuel. Ruined the gas tank though. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you're only supposed to put gasoline in there.
Yep. I have done that so many times. Gotta
pretend you're at the beach.
I mean, there is nothing here that is even close to the texture of sand. So no.
I mean, if you check in my shoes, that should be plenty gritty.
I am not putting my face anywhere near those things. You've been walking in them all day? All week?
What?
Don't make me say all month.
No, not all month.
Oh, God. Okay.
But
Still not going to put.
I think we've been walking in circles. Are there any landmarks?
Pretty flat. There's a big kind of crater over there. It's like kind of scooped out, you know. But I mean, it's perfectly flat everywhere else. No landmarks.
Huh. Yeah, it's pretty barren out here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should start walking again.
Yeah.
And scene. Looks dire for the Moonman. So Moon, well, let's start with Mrs. Meatwad. Mrs. Meatwad, what reality do you think the Moonman was in?
Lost in a desert.
Correct. Well done.
All
yes.
right.
Yeah. Moonman, what reality do you think Mrs. Meatwad was in?
Were you just like on some ice cream? Like a bite?
Oh, really close. Really close.
Yeah.
It's a different form of dessert.
Was it gelato?
Closer.
Phonetically closer.
Yeah, phonetically closer. That's true. Watch it wiggle.
Jello.
Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Why? Where did I pull that? I pulled that like out of the 80s. Yep. Mrs. Meatwad was in a bowl of Jello, hence the flat but scooped out part.
Yeah, I was thinking the surface of ice cream with a scoop out of it.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So that is different realities, and let's get everybody on the screen for our next game. And our next game is a new one called Questions Only, and we're going to need 2 teams for this game. And so team 1 will be, I'm just going to do it in the order I see, folks. So I'm going to do, team 1 is me, Riggy, and the Moonman, or Riggy, me, and the Moonman. Team 2 is Brandon, Mrs. Meatwad, and Hand Rations. And this game, we're going to get a setting, which we have some great stuff in the suggestions I'll pull from. And we're going to do the scene, and the scene is done entirely in questions until someone can't ask a question anymore. They've got nothing, they blow it, like I did last night. And then the next person on the team takes over. And
You were playing this by yourself last night?
No, I meant the night before.
John was playing it by himself and he still lost.
When I was done after I did puzzles, then I moved to this. Right, exactly. All right, so the location we're going to do is an Italian bakery will be our setting. The scene's going to take place in an Italian bakery. And so first up are Rigamarole and Brandon.
Hey, you guys sell gelato?
What kind of flavor would you like?
What kind of flavors you got?
Can't you see the wide variety?
One of them cannoli flavored?
Would you like to try a little sample?
What is a cannoli anyways?
Have you ever heard of something called Creme?
That come from cows?
Is that the animal that goes moo?
Well, do they do that in Italian?
Have you heard the Italian cow that goes row?
Doesn't it sound a bit more like... Meh.
Are you mocking the way I hear?
Are you mocking the way I speak?
You have a problem with people like me?
Do you have a problem with American tourists?
Can't you see I'm welcoming to all individuals?
Can't you see I'm packing heat?
Is that a metaphor for your ding-a-lingle?
No, I have a gun.
Can't you tell a gun from a ding-a-lingle?
Can't you see it's been a while since I've gotten some action?
Can't you see that I can really connect with that and feel bad for you?
Would you like to go out sometime?
Can you see how happy that makes me?
What is your opinion on gelato?
What opinion could there be but that gelato is awesome?
So it's a date?
I think it is.
Like,
That's not pressure. Get out of there.
Okay, I'm out.
I think about it as well.
No, Brandon's still in,
Oh,
I think.
Great. Okay.
Am I next?
What would you have? What do you? Oh, I am out. Yeah.
what do you want?
Is the other person on a break?
You could say like
And out.
I'm out.
Down to hand rations and the Moonman.
Why do you keep making my employees quit?
Did you hire anybody worthwhile?
Don't you see that I'm the manager?
I would like to speak to a manager.
That's a statement.
So, hand rations, I'd say hand rations is the winner.
Asked 2 questions.
And well, you know, it's the question version of last flop standing. It's not so much being brilliant as being resilient and last, apparently. Oh my goodness. So that went faster than I thought it would, but that was fun.
We could have just cycled around for another 8 times. Who would have cared?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But we have so many other fine games to play this evening, and we're going to play one that we haven't done in a while. One of my favorites. It's called Heaven's Gate. And so how this game works is 2 flops have sadly passed away. And they're going to work their way up to heaven and meet Saint Peter as portrayed by the lovely Rigamarole. But Saint Peter has some bad news for them. Heaven's almost full. There's in fact only 1 spot left, so they will have to make their case as to why they should get that last spot. And so what I need from our audience out there is an unusual or really, really stupid way to die. Because we'll incorporate that into the scene. And there's some really cool stuff going on in heaven these days. And in fact, St. Peter has an intern who will be portrayed by hand rations. So yeah, yo. So
Membership got accepted.
yes, exactly. So that's what's going to be going on here. And our stupid ways to die are starting to come in, and we've got the first one, and I don't know who I should give this to. All right, I've got Brandon and Mrs. Meatwad. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10.
Show me 8.
Well, you were very close, Mrs. Meatwad, and you'd have won, except Brandon hit it. It was 7. So speaking of hitting, Brandon, you were hit by the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and that's how you died.
Okay.
Mrs. Meatwad, your death was also tremendously tragic.
Yeah, it
You
was.
got your hand stuck in a pickle jar and starved to death. So sorry about that. Let's see what happens when these 2 fine folks arrive in heaven and meet St. Peter and St. Peter's intern.
And that is how you do the intro, yeah?
Did I do it?
Nailed it. Great. Okay, yep. Hey everybody. You're the last two on the docket for today. That's because we do food-related deaths last. It's just how it works out. We have a different alphabet up here, so food is actually at the end. But hey, I'm Peter. No need to use the title unless you want to get in. It's just a little joke. No, but seriously, we take titles seriously here. And this is my intern. Intern, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm from Emerson College, and I am so happy that I got the St. Peter internship because it was either that or being a writer for late night. But the writer's strike happened, and now the only work left is in the afterlife.
Yeah. Saved you some page work. It's a little bit better here. So great to meet you both. Angie's gonna be on the good book today, and I will be doing the grilling. So why don't you both introduce yourself? We'll start with you, sir. Give us a rundown, and Angie will look up how you know just your file there. Go ahead, Angie, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Andy McGuire. Yeah, I guess. Oh boy, I was really just so hungry, and just my luck, I see driving down the street was the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. And it's such a rare occasion to see the Wienermobile just out and about or whatever, that I decided, to chase after it. I mean, this could never happen again ever in my life. It's not like the Wienermobile has like a tracking system where you know where it is. So there I am. I'm just running after it. And, I feel like I got a little bit too fast because I decided, like, wait, somehow I'm running faster than the Wienermobile. So I was like, wait, whoa, stop. I must get a glizzy. I must get a wiener. And I jumped right in front of it, and wouldn't you know it, the splat. And I guess that's what happened. I mean, I thought the impact wasn't that serious, but there's a lot of strength in that weenie.
Angie, were you able to find his file under gluttonous or stupid?
It was under crushed by wieners.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. And you, young lady there.
Yep. Hi, I'm Dean Amari, no relation. And it's embarrassing. I don't really want to say.
But what can you say?
Fine, God. Sorry. There was nothing in the pantry. So I went to my fallout shelter, and everything had expired. Which is not supposed to happen with the fallout shelters, but it's fine. I got a bad deal, except for one jar of dill pickle. So I stuck my hand in there because there was pickles left and they were good. Pickles don't go bad, they just get better. And I stuck my hand in there, but I had just gotten out of a finger trap, and so the finger trap was on my middle finger, and I reached in there, and the other end of the finger trap wrapped around a pickle, and it got stuck there, and the pickle was fused to the glass because it had been there so long, and so I was just stuck there. And so I there was no food left. I had gotten my foot stuck in like the vent, the vent in the fallout shelter to filter out the fallout. And so I just starved. I starved to death. I couldn't eat anything. My hand was in the jar that the pickles were in, and all of the other food was bad, except for a gallon tub of black licorice. But I ate one piece and threw up, and I just couldn't finish it. So that's pretty much my death in a nutshell.
Okay.
I wish I had it. I wish I had nutshells. That would have been a lifesaver.
I think you'll find that categorized under finger pickle tickle trap. We get a lot of these.
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
You find that? Okay, great. Yeah. So part of the problem is, one of you's gonna get in and one of you's not. And
What?
yeah, it's the last spot. It's the deal here. You can try again in 100,000 years. It's a little shorter than that now. But Angie will put you on the waiting list, whoever doesn't make it. But we kind of need to suss out who you were in life. And Angie has your file there. Angie, you want to find something in their childhood so we could talk about with them quickly? Or it could be about their death, too. It's somewhere in between, preferably.
Yeah. The wiener guy, it says here that when you were a kid, you had a wiener dog, but you never walked it. You made your mom walk it. Could you tell us about that?
Well, yeah, of course. Of course I had a wiener dog. I mean, that was Glizzy McGuire. And, the thing I loved about Glizzy McGuire is that it's not my responsibility as a child to necessarily walk the dog. I mean, I still take care of it, but would you really trust the life of a wiener dog in the hand of a child? No, it could run away. It can get hit by a car. So I decided that maybe my mom should really do the hard work, and I feed it, I pet it. Glizzy would sleep on my bed, and it would just be a very, very fun time. I mean, I don't think it's a sin to make sure that everybody has a fair ration of responsibilities when taking care of a wiener dog, now is it?
Well, you don't get to decide sin. We get to decide sin. Angie, if I could have a sidebar with you for a second. Hey, I just want to say, great job dehumanizing him using the name Wiener Dog Man. Oh, mwah, that's perfect heaven behavior right there. Don't make them feel like people, okay?
Thank you.
Right, okay. Yeah, about the share of responsibility. It wasn't just that. Could you tell us how Glizzy McGuire, that's a reference, I assume, died?
Well, yeah, so... unfortunately, the thing with me is that I can't resist. I can't resist just big puppy dog eyes, and every time I would be eating, Glizzy would just be having eyes wide open, begging for just a tiny, tiny piece of whatever I'm eating, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it was, and you would assume that meant that Glizzy was just getting, fatter and fatter, and it's too much for them. But unfortunately, what I didn't realize is dogs can't eat grapes. Grapes are very highly toxic. And even though I love that chunky wiener, I was like, you know what? I feel like you deserve a whole mess of grapes. It wasn't intentional. It's involuntary. So maybe, yeah, I involuntarily slaughtered my dog with some sweet, juicy grapes, but you have to understand, it was an accident. It was an accident, and I am begging for your forgiveness. I'm sure the guy upstairs understands all about forgiveness. We're only human. I'm not an angel. I wasn't an angel yet. We all make mistakes. And as an angel and getting in there, I will be sure to hold up to the angelic code.
Angie, if I could point something out, and I'll let you take this from here. In his file, does it say he likes grapes and his mom make him eat grapes?
Yeah, it says that he would have exactly 21 grapes per day, but some days he'd get a bunch of 25 grapes, and those ones were specifically for Glizzy.
Okay, you wanna handle this one, or you want me to take him down?
You take him down.
All right, looky here. You knew how many grapes you were supposed to eat. You were popping grapes in the fridge. You could smell the dog's farts, couldn't you? You could smell the dog's farts when you were feeding him grapes, and you thought it was funny that he was popping off poppers left and right, farting all around town.
It is a little bit funny. It was like almost like a slide whistle. It's like, but it was still a fart, and it was so hilarious, especially being a kid. Farts are funny as a kid, as an adult, any age.
You thought it was great when you and your friends were wandering around town, and you were letting Lizzie run wild in the Lizzie. Listen, me, I'm making the reference to a parent. Glizzy, you letting Glizzy go all around town farting, showing up, and your friends would go, "Aha, there's Glizzy, the old fart dog," and you would laugh along with them, wouldn't you?
It was just, yes, we were. It's funny. I mean, there's nothing funnier than just a chunky wiener that just toots a bit. And we didn't mind the smell after a while because the sound overpowered the scent of smell. It was so damn funny. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say damn, but like, there's nothing damnation worthy of farts. I'm assuming.
Something stinks around here and it ain't a dog fart. Let's turn our attention over to you. Hi. We haven't reached that level of aggression, me and you, yet, so we'll start back off here.
All right.
Get something from her file out. I'll let you pick.
It says here that you built the fallout shelter to hide from having to do your math homework as a kid. Is that true?
Can't say that it is. That fallout shelter actually was built after I was a kid. You can see in the deed to the property that I own, clearly it has been built, shoot, I forget the year, 1989, and I was born in 65. So that clears me.
Well, not entirely. I would like to make it fully apparent to you that owning property is it's a sin.
Wasn't my property. Wasn't my property. Did I say it was my property?
Whose property was it?
Okay. Like legally speaking?
Sure.
Morally speaking.
Morally speaking, it was yours. It was St. Peter's and God's and Jesus and the Holy Spirit's.
Okay, so before you showed up, it was mine and God's and Jesus's and the Holy Spirit's, and I'm wondering who was occupying it in our stead.
Me. But I mean, okay. Legally, the land was owned by the Hershey Company.
Okay. And
wasn't mine.
They weren't using it, you're saying?
Nope. They gave it to me because I was such a good employee.
You gotta check that. You gotta check it right now. Because that's not true. You pull up their employment record. Go ahead. 3 lines down. Don't read the rest of it. Just go 3 lines down. What did they do?
Well, see, I clearly deserve this spot. Don't just make enough story about like Jesus pieces and all of that. Reese's pieces, Jesus pieces, whatever.
It does say that the Hershey Company did give you something for being a good employee. But yes. It was because you were a mascot at Hershey's Chocolate World, and they let you keep the Mr. Chocolate costume.
Didn't think you would bring that up. Okay, listen. That I also got the costume, but they left it off the record that I got the land. Tax reasons. That it was not official.
There we go. Tax fraud.
No, it was not my tax.
Sin! I get him! That's a sin!
No, render onto Hershey what belongs to Hershey. Okay? No. Let's not cast aspersions here. The only aspersion casters are me and my assistant. You two should be halfway decent to each other. Or if you want the spot. Let's get the choir of angels in here, alright? Come on in. Come on. Alright. Tax evader, hot dog man.
I gotta go with hot dog man.
Okay. You got a reason, or just you like the cut of his jib?
Well, I like the cut of the way he died. I mean, let's face it, getting hit by the Wienermobile and dying is a really dumb way to die, and we'll have entertainment over that for, millennia. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going with them just for the party stories.
Okay. And Gabe there. Gabe, you like the lady who dug herself a tunnel under Hersheyland, or?
Well, I've been checking the rule book, and since they did fail in life, it says they must spend time or money making up for the failure. Tax evasion's going to give the money, so I've got to go with tax fraud.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to give you a piece of evidence to reconsider. I'm going to show you the finger that I got stuck in the pickle jar.
See, you can't flip off angels. Come on, you're just hurting your chances.
I'm going to hell anyway.
You know, there's no presenting new evidence. Just send this person down.
No, I'm sorry, miss.
You don't see me showing my wiener to say, "Hey, here's evidence." No,
I have to
I'm
warn
a decent
you,
person.
If once you get past the gates, you use the word wiener, you will be in trouble. I don't want to tell you
language. Exactly. You should go to down.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. Intern, please. Would you mind, please, showing her to the downwards gate?
No, look what I'm doing. This is the symbol of our Lord.
Yeah, and this is the symbol of, you just take this curly slide, and then it just takes you down to the gates of damnation. Have a nice day! I love curly slides.
And you, sir, welcome. Congratulations to heaven on getting into heaven. And great news, you'll be sharing a room with your fart dog.
Goody! Oh my god, it's been so long. Thank you.
And Glizzy has ascended to sainthood, so she's gonna have some opinions about your treatment.
Thank you. I'll be forever thankful. Bless.
Great. You know what? This is the best intern I've ever had. We got to get a couple more from Emerson. I think couldn't take the kids in the hall recommendation better.
Yeah, they said I was cute as a blender.
And this is how heaven really is. Well, that, folks, brings us to the end of our time together. We want to thank everybody who's watching us, and thank everybody who has donated. If you have not yet donated, please do. Again, it's right below us, right down there. The link, of course. And please contribute to help us support Loaves and Fishes and all the folks in our community who suffer from food insecurity. We want to make that better. For those of you who love improv, well, you can have another chance to love it next week. We have our 4th Thursday show at the Ake Gallery in Cortland, New York. Now, if you've never been to the Ake is a super cool space. A lot of fun. Paul does a great job there. And we'll be doing an in-person show. So come on out and check that out. There'll undoubtedly be some music, which we can't do in this format particularly well. I want to thank our cast tonight. Great job. Lots of funny moments. The show will be up on our YouTube channel pretty immediately. And at some point in the next couple of days, I'll try and put some chapters on it so you can find your best moments. That's what we got for you.
Yeah. If you come to an in-person show, you can see how tall we all are.
That's right. I'm actually only 3 inches tall, but the rest of them are veritable giants.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm actually completely AI. I'm completely AI generated. This is all around me is fake. So support your writers.
That's right. The holographs are amazing. Right, it's true. All right, that's our show. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here tonight.
All right, everybody, say goodbye, but say goodbye to everybody while yodeling, okay?
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Yeah.
Are we still
You have
on?
found the Floppernomicon.
Yeah.
Look upon my object of power and learn its many secrets.